Hello, friends. I am so excited to dive into this one with you. So, lately, I've been thinking a lot about 97-year-old me. Like, what do I want her to feel like? Does she still move her body? Does she still go exploring? Does she still get up off the floor on her own? What about walking through the forest and just feeling the sun on her face? Hell yeah. That is what I want my 97-year-old self to be like. But the truth is, the things that we stop doing are often the things that we lose the ability to do. Because you gotta love our brain. Hey, friends? So I started intentionally adding little things into my day that's going to maybe challenge my brain, rewire my brain, and also get my body and my fascia there moving in new ways. I've been walking backwards. If you've seen those videos, yes, I have. Backwards. Yep. But you know what, friends? Okay, yeah, it feels weird. 100%. You're like, yeah, what's happening? Right? But walking backwards actually forces your brain into the present moment. Oh, yeah, because your brain can't run on autopilot backwards. And it activates different neural pathways like coordination, which I need to work on. So, the coordination systems, balance systems, and even like attention focused networks. Oh, there's a whole bunch going on. And now that I actually really understand dopamine, whoa, you guys, I know I've made several videos about this, but I'm telling you, it has completely just my mind. And everything makes so much more sense now. New things create meaningful dopamine release. And that meaningful dopamine is what helps our brain, the hippocampus, timestamp experiences, which is helping life feel fuller, richer, slower, and more alive. That's why new experiences matter so much. Think of us as adults. We drive the same way to work. We do the same things that we always do over and over and over again. And I caught myself doing it. Believe me, I was a creature of habit, so I get it. But now I sit on the floor way more. I've always been a floor person, though, just a side note. And I actually like crawl around on the floor. I do crab walks with the kids. I skip because did you know you lose your ability to skip after the age of 50? Yeah, dare you to try it if you're over 50. What about kangaroo jumps? Yes, I am moving my fascia in all sorts of wonderful ways, the ways that our bodies were designed to move in so many directions. And most of us adults stop. Oh boy. And then we wonder why we feel so stiff and disconnected and unsteady because, oh, my friends, I just went down a rabbit hole or up a rabbit hole about balance. Also, wait for some videos on that, like right now, because here's what I'm starting. I'm going to stand on one foot for 30 seconds each side every single day for 60 days. My little commitment to self. Shh, buddy, we're good. Sorry, squirrel farted. Okay. Because apparently, and I'm going to do it right now. If you're there, why don't you just do it with me while I talk about it? So apparently, this whole thing right here, which you can't really see, there you go, right? There you go. It's more about balance. It's actually connected to your vestibular system, if I said that right. That's basically the tiny sensory system in your inner ear that helps with balance, coordination, and your spatial awareness, and even nervous system regulation. And the wild thing is, the vestibular system is deeply connected to the brain. Surprise, surprise. I think that's been 30 seconds. I'm going to do the other foot now. The amygdala, the hippocampus, and the prefrontal cortex. Yep. Movement, balance, coordination. They all help activate and strengthen the pathways involved in memory. Memory, emotional regulation, which makes sense, and attention, focus, your cognitive flexibility. That all makes sense, right? Oh, I'm going to shake that one out. Okay. Which honestly really makes sense when you think about it, right? Yeah. The brain and the body were never, ever meant to function separately. Nor was it meant to be sitting like this all day long. We do it in our chairs, at work, at home, couch, dinner, cars, you name it. So, this is your reminder that wellness doesn't always have to look like these intense workouts or some kind of complicated routine, or you got to spend a lot of money to do it. Sometimes it can look like balancing on one leg as you brush your teeth in the morning, right? With your left hand. If that's the opposite of what you normally brush with, right? Remember, you want to do new things to get your brain to release that meaningful dopamine, because that is what slows down time. And sometimes wellness looks like skipping down a trail. I skip down the halls in the schools, but I have that privilege. Sometimes it looks like crawling around on the floor, laughing with kids, or maybe playing tug of war with your dog. I'm just thinking that maybe this is how we stay young, not by avoiding aging, but by staying connected to movement, to curiosity, to play, to new things, to creativity. Anyway, I'm starting my 60 days today, as you've seen. I'm going to try to do it multiple times throughout the day, but it only needs to be 30 seconds on each foot. And I am going to disclose that my balance is terrible. So let's mark that. My balance is actually really terrible. I am really known for just dropping. So I think my brain and body have some communication they need to work out there. And maybe that's the point. And I can't wait to go into a little bit more details about what you're experiencing and what is happening when you simply just balance on one foot, right? And I noticed that it's harder for me to do the left side than the right side, which is, I think, a really good point for me to take on. So if you want to try this out too, let me know in the comments below. If you made it this far, like, come on, dude, hit subscribe. Let's just join this growing community, because, wow, being a human is like confusing, right? Trying to navigate this whole 5D consciousness, awakening awareness, and then the 3D and all the other stuff that's happening there, which we don't focus on. We just want to feel good, because I'm pretty sure when your inner being designed your human experience, it wasn't meant to be suffering your whole time. I know that to be the fact. I did my suffering, and the next 48 years of my life is going to be full of excitement, adventure, curiosity, creativity, authenticity. Oh, you know what I mean. Anyway, I'm rambling. So have a great day. If you made it this far, you know what to do. And there's Sir Isaac Newton.